So you're looking more for what the spectrum would be in the fifth
Yeah,
dimension?
especially the healing, just the colors, it changes from 4D to 5D.
Yeah, what I'm basically getting is that there's going to be much more of the hues relating to the lighter spectrum of the colors. There's one particular color that's going to be very, very prominent in fourth density that's known as Amushua, and that represents a very, very high violet spectrum. So it's going to be much more to the point where in fourth density, when you truly see the capacity of it and actually going fuller into the spectrum, that you're actually be able to interact with apparition and being able to speak more directly with spirits, and that requires a higher frequency relating to much more of the lighter hues in the rainbow spectrum.
And is it 5D going to be more inside out work instead of like 4D outside in?
Yeah, that's a really good question. 5D itself is going to represent a lot more internalness that is then going to function projecting outside. So it is more of an internal form. Whereas 3D, you've always been attempting to look at everything outside to see if this is what's going to create the solution inside. Whereas right now we're moving more into a space of betterment, of improvement. And so in regards to the fourth density, in the years ahead, there's still going to be particular challenges that are going to be taking place, but they're not going to be anywhere as extreme of what we were experiencing in third density. The challenges will really be how far can you better yourself each day? How far can you improve your being? How far can you expand your perception to that level? So operating in a fourth density nexus, it's going to be more into the relation of how you can become more self-responsible, more loving, because you're not dealing with the third density spectrum, which is all about ego and self, and in that sense, well-being in that degree. Moving up to the fourth density level corresponds to the heart chakra, and so that you're moving more into the heart level of consciousness. And through the heart level of consciousness, you're finding about all the ways that you can expand together through acceptance and through responsibility. So this will require a lot of working with other people, sharing together in community, really understanding the potential that you hold within yourself. You're actually going to be able to dialogue further with your DNA. You're actually going to be able to communicate with your body to find out if there are certain areas that are still dormant and why that is. And what your body is actually going to be able to explain to you internally is to tell you exactly how you can activate those dormant areas in regards to themes that you're willing to explore on the level of heart and self-responsibility, of that love level. So you're actually going to be able to dialogue with the own factory, the genetic factory of your body. And again, this can come into terms with communicating with apparition, communicating with your guides, speaking in that way, but engaging more so in regards to how you can prosper rather than staying confined in regards to the aspect of self. We're moving further away in regards to what self is, and we're coming more together in regards to what community is.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, one particular life, it's funny that you said brotherhood, because what basically popped up as soon as you said that, I got the Melchizadek order. And it was kind of like, what would you call, like the ancient brotherhood of the stars, the ancient cosmos, and that you functioned as one of those particular delegates or emissaries, representatives of those forms, and that you came here around that time to where, one of the past life incarnations of Jesus Christ was Melchizedek, and that he actually came here, and that you were upon the earth around that time as well, so perhaps a little bit beforehand, as kind of like a scout, quote-unquote, as well too, but like a representative. And your whole basis was really to kind of take this planet under your own intent to help along with its brightness, to assist in a brightening of the world.
I'm hoping that all the burglaries is not more karma that I've got to work through, but something I've done in the past.
The whole idea is not to assign meaning to it. That's the whole idea. It is what it is. So it's not that it has anything to do with you. That's the whole thing, and I think that's what a lot of people get confused by, because they feel that they go into it. I used to think that as well too. I thought if I go into this neighborhood here, it's kind of unsettling. Oh, what did I do to attract this? And what you're doing is you're assigning meaning, and again, it's kind of like going back to that example, that you're putting blame onto yourself when you have nothing to do with these situations emerging. You're not robbing houses. You're not encouraging people to do this and do that. You're a light in a very, very dark area. and you're spreading your flame. You're just light illuminating the entire area around you. And that's really your whole goal. That's your whole responsibility. You're the light in this darkness. So it's never really thinking that, I'm going to attract this, or I'm going to attract a burglary and all that stuff like that. You're going to attract it if that's what you think about it. Yeah. Because that's what you're saying to the universe. Oh, well, there's all these burglaries around. Come here, come here, come here. So the whole idea is not worrying about assigning that form. Whatever happens in the neighborhood happens in the neighborhood, but just continue to be yourself. Continue to shine that flame that you are. So that's really the whole idea, is if you can move more into that natural state of saying, regardless of what's happening, I'm still living my life to the way I want to, and I'm still exploring everything the way I want to, and that's what matters.